Why CCI ordered a probe into Google's conduct in smart TV segment? The CCI estimated that Google had a 65% market share in India's smart TV segment and that the network effect would lead to such a dominant player attracting more users, OEMs, and app developers. The competition regulator on Tuesday ordered an investigation into the conduct of Google in the smart TV segment over allegations that the company's agreement with smart TV manufacturers restricted the development and usage of alternative versions of Android. The Indian Express looks into the allegations and the defense made by Google. What are the alleged violations of the Competition Act? According to the order by the Competition Commission of India, Google requires any original equipment manufacturer that wants to pre-install Google's App Store on their product to sign two agreements, namely the Television App Distribution Agreement (TADA) and Android Compatibility Commitment (ACC). The TADA agreement requires that manufacturers pre-install an entire suite of Google applications on their devices and not just any single application. The CCI noted that mandatory pre-installation of all the Google applications instead of allowing OEMs to pick and choose Google apps amounted to imposition of unfair condition on the smart TV device manufacturers under the Competition Act. Further, the TADA also requires that OEMs be in compliance with the ACC. The ACC requires that OEMs do not use alternative or forked versions of Android on any of their devices, which could include smartphones and tablet computers. Google provides access to Android to software developers under the Android open source project, under which companies can make their own alternative versions of Android, also known as forked versions of Android, such as Fire OS used on Amazon's Android devices. Therefore, under the ACC, any manufacturer producing such forked versions of the Android operating system on any device in their portfolio would not be able to pre-install the Google Play Store, which the CCI described as a must-have app in any of their smart TVs. The CCI stated in its prima facie opinion was that these restrictions reduce the incentives of manufacturers to develop alternative versions of Android, which is also in violation of the Competition Act. Why is the Google Play Store a must-have app according to the CCI? The CCI estimated that Google had a 65% market share in India's smart TV segment and that the network effect would lead to such a dominant player attracting more users, OEMs, and app developers. The CCI noted that dominance of Google App Store in the smart TV space made it a must-have app and that not being able to offer the app on device would significantly affect the marketability of Android devices. What is Google's stand? Google told the CCI in its submission that the TADA agreement, which provides a suite of Google apps, is optional and that the Google Play Store is less important on smart TVs than on other Android devices such as smartphones or tablets. Google has also claimed that the ACC requires a minimum level of baseline compatibility and facilitates competition between Android TV and established player in the smart TV sector, adding that it was not a dominant player in the sector. Notably, the CCI has already ordered a probe into Google for abuse of dominance in the Android mobile phone market for imposing similar conditions on mobile phone manufacturers, restricting the ability of manufacturers to opt for alternative versions of Android operating system. Thank you.